So we found out we were expecting on Christmas Eve 2015, and it was a total shock.
She actually took the test, but the biggest surprise was when we went to the appointment and they told us that there was going to be two babies instead of one.
Sure enough, it was twins. My water actually broke at home. It was Mother's Day the next day, and I had just turned 24 weeks.
We went to Reading Hospital first, and they were full. Their NICU unit was full. So they told us that we'll be making a short trip up to Hershey. And all of this was happening around, I want to say 1 o'clock in the morning. So it was a very, very intense trip.
I got to Hershey, and about an hour or so after we arrived at Hershey, I started with some complications, started bleeding.
She kind of just got rushed away.
Down the hallway with the mask on my face.
It happened so fast, there wasn't really anything that I could do. So I just kind of had to wait.
Antonio actually was first to come out, and he was stuck in the canal, which is why I was bleeding and which is why I had the emergency C-section.
Both of them were the smallest babies I ever seen. Ava was 1.6 pounds and Antonio was 1.5 pounds. And they were just tiny. They were just tiny. Okay.
Was devastated. I first seen Antonio, and he was just tiny and hooked up to tubes, and then I seen Ava, and Ava looked a little bit better than Antonio, though she was a little bit tinier, just her color, and I thought everything would be okay. When I was allowed to hold Ava.
Ava was more stable, so we could hold Ava and do things a little bit differently. We couldn't really interact that much with Antonio because Antonio wasn't as strong as Ava at the time. Through everything, he was always hooked up to more machines than Ava was. Really thought that everything was gonna be all fine.
Yeah. He ultimately passed away from a staph infection. So, but even on his last day, when we put our finger in, he squeezed. So he was tough. So just when Ava was stable, I just wanted her closer.
It was much easier and much better once she was in Reading, because then we could go see her multiple times a day and just get out to be with her. So it was a lot easier with her being closer to home.
She came home at 5 pounds 3 ounces, so she was still pretty tiny. She barely fit in the car seat, but she came home, and she actually never had a bump in the road. She was perfect. She just needed to grow. Ava is now chubby, happy, perfect. You'd never know she was a preemie, yet alone a micro preemie. She's just absolutely perfect and smart and healthy.
Anything that we can do to help other people that has experienced like a loss or anything, we want to do it.
The March of Dimes advocates for prematurity, and very well respected and do a lot of great work for all the little preemies fighting the fight, and those that have lost the fight. And this is for Ava and Antonio. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, March of Dimes.